This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.
Good evening and welcome to this May 21st edition of Eastcast. I'm Marcy Shapiro along with Sukin Shah to bring you tonight's presentation of Eastcast. The results of last Tuesday's Student Congress class elections are official. Verified by Student Congress Advisor Mr. Belchikoff, Council President Dave Fleischer, and Vice President of Affairs, Election Chairperson Jim Lloyd, the new officers will begin their terms on June 1st, 1986. Next year's sophomore class officers are Allison Lees, President, Brian Chan, Vice President, Lauren Brandt, Secretary-Treasurer, and Amy Shapiro, Publicity Manager. Next year's junior class officers are Jamie Appleson for President, elected after a fierce runoff election on Monday, DJ Chowsky, Vice President, Randy Green, Secretary-Treasurer, and Stacy Asbell, Publicity Manager. We wish all the officers the best of luck, congratulations, and success in the coming year. And here, with a special interview with the newly elected senior class of 1987 officers, is Sheila Arthrea.
These are the new class officers from the class of 1987. Ken Barraway, President, Pat Curley, Vice President, Sukin Shah, Publicity Manager, and Jenny Bloom, Secretary-Treasurer. Ken, how do you plan to start off the senior year?
I plan to start off the senior year very enthusiastic, and I know we can get a lot done. The only way we can get this done, though, is being together, and this being together will be shown throughout Spirit Week. And if we come together, I know we can beat the other classes. So I'm definitely looking forward to a great senior year, and I'd like to thank everybody who helped me.
Pat, I understand you're also having a senior picnic. Could you tell us a little more about this?
Sure. Well, within the first few weeks of school, we plan to have a senior picnic to welcome back all the seniors. We're probably going to have a DJ, have a lot of fun, games, barbecue, and just have a pretty good time.
Sukin, the offices you and Jenny hold are new to East. What exactly is the job of Publicity Manager?
Well, the Student Council has found that the Publicity Manager is an effective office. So now the class officers have a Publicity Manager. What I basically do is conduct senior publicity for class activities and correspondence outside the school.
Jenny, the job of Secretary-Treasurer is basically two jobs combined. As a treasurer, what fundraisers are planned for next year?
Well, we've already started planning a lot of fundraisers, such as a car wash for the class, because we want to increase the money in our treasury. Therefore, for events such as a senior class trip, we can lower the cost.
This has been Sheila Arthrea with the senior class officers of the class of 87 for Eastcast.
The Performing Visual Arts Society, otherwise known as PAVIS, is a national organization that recognizes seniors who are outstanding in either performing or visual arts. Such activities include writing, drama, art, photography, industrial art, and music. The organization includes about 40 members who are nominated by the faculty. A few activities took place during the year, such as the induction ceremony and field trips. This Friday, May 23rd, all the year's activities will culminate in the PAVIS Festival. This festival will be held in the auditorium and little theater and includes exhibits, demonstrations, and performances by the students. Physical ed students will attend the exhibits and demonstrations in the courtyard. Students may attend performances only with passes from their classroom teachers or with a class. Presentations include a television acting seminar and commercial workshop, vocal performances, variety show excerpts, a 10th grade one-act play entry, Goodbye to the Clown, a dance concert by orchestras, performances by Cenozoic and Guitarzan, and a jungle band. We hope you will join this celebration of the arts. That's PAVIS this Friday. Congratulations to juniors Julian Cohen and Nita McCarr, who placed second and third respectively in the NJCTE New Jersey Writers Contest. Here's Joe Figaro with a special interview.
Anita McCarr won second place in the short story division for a very interesting short story that she wrote. Anita, it's titled My Father Killed Me 20 Years Ago. It's a little awkward or a little weird. Could you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, at that time when I started in 8th grade, that time you really want to catch people's attention like you do right now still. But I had more of a really imaginative mind, and I wanted something that would really catch people's attention and have a lot of weirdness in it and stuff like that. And that's what it is. It's almost like a reincarnation theme where the girl realizes on her 16th birthday that 20 years ago she had been killed on her 16th birthday by her father. And it slowly reveals itself in how she finds out.
I'm also here with Julian Cohen, who won second place in the contest in the poetry division. Julian, your title was Rapping Hell. Could you tell me a little bit about your work?
Yeah, my rap won second place in poetry, and it's based on The Inferno by Dante Alighieri.
How did you learn about this contest, Julian?
Well, I learned about it from my English teacher, Miss Beck, and she told me to enter, and I said, what the heck?
Give me a sample of Rapping Hell.
I'm a rapping, Jewel. I got a story to tell. You see, I went down to the sewers of hell. I saw Lucifer and his fire and fiends. Enough of this. Here's the beginning.
Congratulations to you both. We gotta go fast. This is Joe Fugaro for Eastcast.
On April 27th, 21 students from East participated in the March of Dimes Walk America. These students raised a total of $1,913, putting Cherry Hill East in the second place spot. The first place school was Triton with $1,915. A great job was done by all. Congratulations, and please remember to send in your money. After the impressive choral and orchestral concert performed by East musical students last Wednesday, David Newman and Leslie Shropshire won vocal awards. Jack Kublinski and Liz Rajewski won orchestral awards as well. These awards are voted on by the music students themselves. Congratulations to Dave, Leslie, Jack, and Liz for being honored by their peers. We wish you continued musical success. At its meeting Monday night, the Cherry Hill Board of Education honored retiring teachers from the school district. Among those receiving recognition were Donald and Martha Fletcher. Dr. Fletcher is an English teacher at West, and Mrs. Fletcher is a music teacher here at East. We at Eastcast also congratulate them and extend our thanks to Mrs. Fletcher for her many years of service and dedication to East Music Department. Last Thursday and Friday, May 15th and 16th, East held another successful blood drive. Sherry Rothman interviewed Jenny Bloom about this worthwhile event.
Each year, Cherry Hill East participates in a blood drive. Much of our success is due to our hard-working chairman, one we have here, Jennifer Bloom. Jenny, in comparison to last year's blood drive, how well did we do this year?
We did very well. Last year, they received 420 pints of blood. And this year, we got a record-breaking 542 pints.
That's great. What impact does 542 pints of blood have on saving lives in general?
Well, high schools in general make up 11% of the blood donation in the Delaware region. Our school's 542 pints will be donated to any patient needing the blood in the Delaware region. It is such an incredible amount that tonight we're going to be getting an award for being the #1 high school in
That's
blood
great.
donation.
Congratulations, and I wish you lots of success next year. This has been Sherry Rothman for Eastcast.
Attention seniors, tonight is the second meeting for parents regarding graduation. It will be held at 7:30 in Cafeteria 1. This meeting is for students whose names begin with M through Z. Please inform your parents. 93.3 WMMR's Mark the Shark visited Mrs. Kathy Carpenter's broadcast class last week, and Andrew Baggett introduced him.
Hello, I'm Andrew Baggett,
I'm Steve Krill. And I'm Mike Hirschman.
and today we're interviewing Mark the Shark from 93.3 WMMR, one of the official Morning Zoo crew. Mark?
No.
I'd like to start off with a simple question I'm sure is plaguing everyone's mind. What is your real name?
My real last name is Drucker.
Drucker?
Yes, but Shark is a nickname that I've had for quite a while.
And how did you get that nickname?
It's a secret.
You're not going to tell us?
No.
Why not?
Because that's the way it is.
Okay, that's fine. And can we get some questions from you guys?
Yeah. Could you tell us where you went to college?
I went to Queens College, City University of New York, and I studied radio. take that back. I stayed at the radio station in school, but I didn't literally study radio. I did other things.
And where was your first radio assignment?
My first job was in Westchester County, north of New York City.
Where did you get the idea for Morty's Travel?
Well, let's see. Morty's Travel is just these idiots that you see on TV every night, you know, in cheap suits and the ridiculous commercials, the low-budget things. And we were just kicking around some ideas, and I did one, and everybody liked it, and I did another one, and now there's like a whole series of them.
We'd like to take a couple minutes and go out and ask the students in the class a few questions. We'll see if we can get some now.
Yes, Mr. Shark, I was wondering, what kind of courses in college do you recommend taking? Because you said you didn't really take radio stuff. Like, what kind of things did you take?
What I took in college, I didn't take enough of. I took English classes and political science and history and poetry, and you don't have to take communications classes, okay? This you can take here in high school, but once you get to college, communications is common sense. You don't need to sit in a big auditorium and watch a slideshow about how a radio station works and how a TV station works. It's a waste of time. Because it's common sense. While you're doing that, you could be in a classroom, you could be interning at a real station. If I could go back to college right now and do it all over again, knowing where I am now, I would have loved to take a lot more English classes to get my grammar better. Writing classes, all the writing you can do, journalism, history, social studies, a good sense of what's going on in the world so you can relate it to things that have happened in the past. Just really apply yourself in those areas. And that's what you should take in school.
I'm Steve Creel. I would like to thank Mark for coming out and answering our questions. And for Andrew Baggett and Mike Hirschman, I'm Steve Creel. Take care.
In sports last Tuesday, the East boys track team met Cherry Hill West and demolished West Lions with a stunning 77-45 victory. Impressive performances included Mike Kresloff, Brian Whalen, Todd Catalini, Bob Angelito, Sean McElhenney, and Dave Mitchell. Dave placed first in the shot put, discus, and javelin. The boys track team also dominated the Olympic Conference American Divisional meet on Thursday. Congratulations to Mike Kresloff, Sean McElhenney, Dave Mitchell, and Keith Parham for an outstanding performance this week. An unparalleled showing was provided by the East girls track team at the Olympic Conference meet on Thursday. Junior Aaron Halpin tied a South Jersey high jump record with an amazing 5-foot 9-inch high jump and also won the intermediate hurdles championship. Great efforts were put forth by Joanne Jennings, Chris Dolan, and Kathy Jacobs. On Monday, the girls defeated Eastern High School 69-53. Chris Dolan won the long jump, Kathy Jacobs won the 800, Joanne Jennings won the shot put, discus, and javelin, and Halpin the 100-meter and 400-meter hurdles and the high jump, and the 1600-meter relay team of Jacobs, Morrison, Halpin, and Dolan won.
The Cherry Hill East boys tennis team continues to dominate the courts and has been undefeated since the East Invitational 3 weeks ago. Crushing Pennsauken, Atlantic City, Washington Township, and Shawnee last week, the team is in top condition for the state championships, which started last Friday. The team's regular season record is 17-1. We will keep you posted on East South Jersey tournament successes. The South Jersey Rugby Club completed their season with a remarkable sweep of a sevens-a-side tournament. The tournament was held in Neshannomy, Pennsylvania, in blistering 90-degree heat. The club entered 2 separate teams of 7 players to battle the 8 other entries from around the tri-state area. Congratulations to the team players and coach Larry Gothard. The Cherry Hill East golf team seems to be unstoppable after immense victories against Pennsauken, Eastern, and Lenape. The team placed second in the District 7 Regional Championship held at the Little Mills Country Club last week. Impressive on the green were Pat Cotter, Jim Wallace, John Owens, Dave Woolley, James Fay, and Robert Pappas, who finished with a 3-over-par 74 to place second in the individual championship. Pappas qualified to compete in the New Jersey State Individual Championship on Monday. Congratulations, Robert.
East girls varsity lacrosse rolled to a last-minute victory on Friday against Camden Catholic, 14-13. Tracy Mass scored the winning goal with only 18 seconds left, combining her total goals to 4. Liza Fox scored 3, and Susie Heisler and Mary Byrne each scored as well. The team also crushed Cherokee on Monday, 11-8. Tracy Mass scored 4 goals again, with Fox and Heisler each contributing 2. The outstanding team will participate in the state lacrosse championships starting Tuesday. Good luck, girls. Well, that's the way it was at East this week. We hope you're enjoying the fabulous springtime weather. Eastcast Productions would like to express special thanks to our advisor, Miss Beck, Mr. Gordon Hampson, our cameraman, and Jeff Kahn, our technician, and affiliate for moral support. Along with Marcia Shapiro, I'm Sukin Shah. Stay tuned for the Beck and Brainerd Report, followed by the East Choral and Orchestral Concert. Good night, Ophelia. She didn't say anything.
Cherry Hill East boxer shorts. On sale in the cafeterias during lunch periods for only $5. Have school spirit and look great too. Be sure to get your pair. We did.
Good evening and welcome to the Rest Report. I'm Lisa Goldberg.
And I'm TJ Locke. The One Act Play Festival, commonly referred to as Class Comps, was held last Friday night. This festival features a one-act play from each of the 4 classes. The freshman play, Why Do We Laugh, finished a close third in the competition. It was directed by Nadine Schwartz and featured both of the best supporting actresses, Melissa Bernstein and Elise Rabinowitz. The sophomores play, The Veldt by Ray Bradbury, finished 4th. It was directed by Mike Richardson, and it featured such great actors as Drew Lafferty and Greg Malatsky. The sophomores received the award for the best set design. The juniors put in a good effort and won the competition. Their play, The Man Who Died and Went to Heaven, was directed by Steve Kane. Steve received the Best Director award. The leads in the play, Ricky Fulbaum and Wendy English, won the Best Actor and Actress awards respectively. The seniors finished a very, very tight second. Their play was Death by Woody Allen. It was directed by Drew Malatsky. Kevin DeNovis received a tie in the Best Actor category. Scott Harris received the Best Supporting Actor award. And other veterans in this play include Pete Pryor, Ken Hastings, Ronnie Corbin, Marion Red, and Joe Capella. The class comps turned out to be a great success. All the people that worked on it should definitely be commended. Congratulations go to the class of '87 for winning their 2nd consecutive class comps. And good luck to all next year.
Last Wednesday, West had its groundbreaking ceremony for the new Library Media Center. The community was represented by Mayor Greenwald, Principal Joan Katz, the board members, faculty, and students. The event was kicked off with over 100 purple and white balloons let go into the air. It was a day for all to remember. Congratulations to West's marching band and the outstanding performances at the Heritage Music Festival in Boston. The Wind Ensemble, Jazz Ensemble, Marching Band, and Concert Choir all took first place in their events. However, if success followed the band on the field, misfortune seemed to follow it off. There was a fire at all the band's hotel, and the band's buses kept breaking down. However, no one was hurt. Congratulations again.
And now it's time for another episode of What's Hip?
Hey, I'm Fred Rose.
And I'm Drew Hannes.
And we're here to tell you What's Hip.
Hip?
Recently, we at What's Hip had a chance to ask students here at West what they thought were the hippest shows on television, and here's what they said. Micah?
Well, you know, Late Night with David Letterman isn't the hippest, per se, show on TV. It's the only show on TV.
Well, I would just have to say Bachelor Father, Speed Racer, and that show after the Carson show. I can't think of the title.
My favorite shows are Thundercats and David Letterman. I've never even heard of Bachelor Father.
I like live coverage, ESPN, track and field, and, of course, David Letterman.
Dave?
I just have to say it's got to be Batman, Late Night with David Letterman, and, of course, Wild Kingdom.
And Scott?
I like MTV and David Letterman.
Surprised? Well, we're not either, and that's why we're devoting tonight's show exclusively to David Letterman. Drew?
Tonight's show is long overdue. In fact, a David Letterman episode was originally planned as one of our first telecasts. But for one reason or another, it never made it to the air. What then is the secret of Dave's hipness, and why is he so popular?
Dave was first considered hip when he frequently guest hosted the Johnny Carson show and was believed to be his eventual replacement. Instead, Johnny gave him a big break by giving him his own show, coming directly after The Tonight Show at 12:30 on NBC. Drew?
Dave's appeal lies in the offbeat, unpredictable segments of his show. These include Stupid Petrics, which are just that, and Viewer Mail. Perhaps his most infamous is the dreaded dropping stuff off a 5-story building, when Dave tosses everything from potato salad to the new pizzadora off a 5-story building. A slow-motion replay ensures that nothing good is missed.
David Letterman's ratings have come dangerously close to rival Johnny Carson's, with The Tonight Show copying some of Dave's funnier ideas. Unfortunately, they pale in comparison and come off as unsuccessful attempts to grab a younger audience. So, who is the ruler of late-night television? Currently a two-man race, it will expand to include a woman when Joan Rivers debuts her own show in the fall. For now, though, as far as hipness goes, it's Dave. Well, that's about it for tonight's episode of What's Hip, so stay tuned and find out next week What's Hip?
The junior prom was held last Saturday night at the Hyatt Hotel in Cherry Hill. The efforts of the prom committee were well rewarded because everyone had a good time. Well, at least everyone that this reporter talked to. All enjoyed the evening, from the dancing to the music to the food. It was an evening that will be remembered for a long, long time. The National Honor Society has recently elected its officers for the 1986-87 school year. Earlier, Lisa Goldberg had a chance to speak with some of the newly elected members.
Today I'm here with two newly elected officers of the National Honor Society, Josh Stern and Kim Malini. Josh, what are your goals for next year?
Well, we have a few goals for next year. One of the main goals is to make sure the community, we get out into the community and do some community services such as helping the elderly at the Jewish Geriatric Home or going to the JFK Hospital and helping out there. We all want to maintain our grade point averages and make sure the reputation of the Honor Society is upheld. We want to work closely with the faculty to prepare for the upcoming evaluation of the school, which is next October. And Chris Marino is our newly elected president. He wasn't able to be here, and he has a few new ideas, one of which is to try out a new SAT tutoring service, so we're going to see what happens with that. And of course, just the basic stuff, fundraisers for supporting the National Honor Society, and our usual after-school tutoring service, which we're going to have to organize. So we have a few goals, and I think next year we have a really good group so we can all tackle those goals.
Okay. Kim, how do you feel about being elected by your peers?
I feel very proud that my peers have chosen me as the treasurer, and I think that Seth, as secretary, feels the same way, and I know that Josh and Chris do. It's an honor to hold an office in the society, and I think we should all be proud that we are officers.
Thank you, and congratulations for being with us.
Thank you.
The yearbook staff has reported there to be less than 120 yearbooks left. They are going fast, so get over to F27A and put down your money to reserve your yearbook. The cost is $37.50, and only full payments are accepted. West's first annual fun run will be held on June 7th at 9 a.m. Both students and faculty are invited. The entry fee is $5, and with your entry, you will be getting a t-shirt. Awards are given to the winners. To sign up, see someone in the physical education department. If you're interested in a summer job, there are some good opportunities for you. The pay is $3.35 an hour, and you need working papers if you are under 18. To apply, see someone in D4.
The music department cordially invites you to our spring concert tonight at 8 p.m. in West's Auditorium. At this time, our orchestra and choral groups will perform selections by composers from the Renaissance and classical periods to the 20th century sounds of today. The Pavis Arts Festival will be held on May 22nd and May 23rd. All day Thursday, there will be visual arts and crafts demonstrations and creative foods in A-Wing. There will also be an open art house from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in A6 and a concert in the auditorium that evening. All day on Friday, there will be performing arts and music in the auditorium. Last Friday, our lacrosse team played an outstanding game against Cherokee. They won by an incredible score of 13-6. Congratulations to the lacrosse team. Last week, our government elections were held. The winners of the class of 1989 were Howie Rayberg and Becky Greedstein. Class of 88, Rodney Russin, Ken DeChico. Class of 87, Wendy English and Carrie Mitchell. TJ had a chance to talk to a couple of the winners.
I'm here with the president of the Student Activities Organization, Amy Peterson, and with the governor of the class of 89, Howie Rayberg. Amy, next year Wes will be evaluated by the state of New Jersey. Now, what is your office going to do in preparation for this evaluation?
Well, basically, we just hope to demonstrate to the state the three main goals of SAO, which are, one, keeping spirit alive at West through dances and other activities. Two, community and human services such as the blood drive and food collections for the needy. And three, we would like to just demonstrate how we organize leadership and try to keep leadership and spirit alive in West.
Okay, thank you. Howie, she talked a little bit about spirit. In your eyes, how important is school spirit here at High School West?
Well, school spirit is necessary for anything our government tries to accomplish. I hope that next year our class can work together and unite itself.
Thank you, Howie. This is TJ Locke for Cable 18.
Thank you for watching the West Report. Join us again next week. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening. I'm Laura Malatsky, and this is Brainerd News. One of the many highlights of this school year have been the many accomplishments of the students here at Brainerd. First of all, we have the artwork of 7 Brainerd students, which will be among the entries representing the Cherry Hill Zone PTA in the Camden County level of the New Jersey PTA Culture Arts Project of 1986. These students are Brian McAllister, Stacy Okari, Eric Forbes, Wanda Bagaki, and Ernesto Alejo. Not pictured with us today, we have Martina Choi and Diane Barbarino. Their work will be on display at the Camden County PTA Spring Council meeting. Second, we have 6 Brainerd students placed in the National Foreign Language Contest. Over 1,300 students competed from the Philadelphia, South Jersey area. Brian McAllister, Yuval Katz, Carol Haverty, Sabra Inslicht, Sherry Wang, and Tisha Augustine. Brian McAllister placed 2nd, and Yuval Katz came in the French 2 category. In French 1 category, Carol Haverty placed 3rd in the local competition and 5th in the national. Sabra Inslicht came in 7th place. For Spanish, Sherry Wang and Tisha Augustine both won honorable mention. 8th grader Yuval Katz was the winner of Brainerd Spelling Bee, entitling him to be the recipient of a $50 bond for the 2nd annual John O'Brien Memorial Award. Now, here's Jared Katz for Brainerd Sports. Jared?
With 1 game to go in the regular softball season, the girls' softball team is still searching for its first win and didn't find it in Stratford. On a higher note, the track team beat Pennsauken last week by an unmentionable score. On Monday, the track team, along with 7 other teams, participated in Regional Track Championship. The Mustangs broke 8 meet records. Steve Farling set records in the 100 and 200 meter dash. Michelle Simero broke 2 records in the girls' long jump and the 75 meter dash. And Heather Ferguson broke her own high jump record with a leap of 4 feet, 10 inches, and 3/4. Sean Lockwood high jumped 5 feet, 5 3/4 inches, and Alex Bush long jumped 15 feet, 3 1/4 inches, both for new records. The girls' relay team of Marek, Holder, Hanario, and Sweeney, and the boys' team of Kraft, Bowman, Blackburn, and Farling also set meet records. Last Friday, the Brainerd varsity Mustang baseball team was shut out for the first time since Mr. Simon's been coaching baseball here, 4-0. The varsity baseball team also beat Pennsauken 13-1 on Monday. The Mini Mustang baseball team finished their season with a big win 8-6 over Beck. Now back to you, Lauren.
Well, Jared, as the member of that 8th grade girls softball team,
Yes, Lauren.
we still have one more game to go, and we'll try to pull it out. At this time, Brainerd would like to extend their congratulations to Cherry Hill High School West's music department for winning first place in every competition at the Heritage Festival in Boston, Massachusetts. For Jared Katz and the rest of the Brainerd News staff, this is Lauren Molaski saying good night and have a safe Memorial Day weekend.
This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.